What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tyler. Behind me we have the Sandstorm, my 2025 Bronco, and today we're going to be doing a install. It's going to actually go on the interior of the Bronco here, and we actually have one of these in the Canyon. I'll drop the video below to the one for the Canyon if you guys are here looking for one of these, but it's going to be a dash cam, and it comes from Fitcamx, and the one in the Canyon, super awesome. It's 4K. What this does is it replaces the plastic housing around the mirror. It does the same thing in the Canyon. So you pop that plastic off, plug this bad boy in, pop the plastic in, and simple as that. If you get the front camera. So the Canyon has the front camera only. That's pretty much how the install went. You pop the plastic off, plug the dash cam into the mirror. So anytime the truck's on, the mirror's on, and the dash camera's on. And this resembles the OEM plastic, but it just has a camera in it instead of no camera. This one with the Bronco, I do have the front camera, obviously, so it'll replace the plug and play portion behind the camera. It'll plug right into the dash mirror, the rear view mirror. The only difference is with the Bronco one, I have a rear view camera too, and a fuse tap, so this will come on all the time. So this one's gonna be a little bit different of an install than the Canyon. The Canyon only comes on when the truck's running. It was plug and play. This one's plug and play for the front camera, but then we got to wire some stuff up so we can get the camera on the back and then wire it into the fuses in the cab so that it comes on all the time. And anyways, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's unbox this. I really don't want to set this on the Bronco because it was foggy this morning, so all the mud and everything's wet. So I'm gonna do the best I can to hold this and kind of unbox it. I don't really have a table set up. Actually, let's go around to the passenger side door. So let's start with some of the stuff that is in the box. So this piece right here, some of this stuff I'm not 100% sure where it goes at the moment. This stuff I'm not 100% sure where it goes at the moment. We have some kind of plastic housing. I'm going to assume this is either going to go somewhere on the back glass, or it might actually go, yep, right there on the mirror is where that's going to go. Looks like a perfect replica of that one. We'll see what the difference is between the plastic pieces are when we take those off. We have this is the rear view camera. Looks like it comes with plenty of cable, and I'm dropping stuff, so don't want to do that. Looks like it comes with a few of these clips that have a double-sided tape on the back. Looks like 5 to be exact, unless I dropped some more and didn't pick them up. But anyways, looks like we got plenty of cable here. I'm assuming we're gonna run this somewhere. I'm gonna try to run it underneath the plastic up here so it's hidden. Obviously we don't want cords hanging everywhere, but this is what the rear view camera is gonna look like. I'm assuming, we'll see when we get there. Yeah, so it's got an arrow this side up, so it's gonna stick somewhere, and the camera turns so you can adjust it. So we'll stick that to the back glass, and then let's go ahead and unbox the rest of this stuff. Keep this in the bag so I don't lose those clips again. I'm really struggling talking this morning. I just woke up probably an hour ago. Haven't had my coffee yet. Okay, and so the final thing here is the actual front camera. So as you can see, it looks bulky, but that's because this plastic is replicated to replace the OEM plastic up there under the rear view mirror. So once this is on, you're not gonna notice this camera. I forget that the one in the truck is even there. There's been times where I was in the truck and I'm like, dang, wish I had a dash camera. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I do have one. So And then this one, it looks like it comes with an extra plug. That's probably where it's gonna plug in and run to the rear view camera. So let's go ahead and hop into the Bronco and let's start taking some plastic off. And actually there's one more box, because I did say this was gonna be fuse tapped. So this is the plug. There is a harness behind your rear view mirror that looks like this. You're gonna unplug it, plug it into this, and then plug this into your rear view mirror. And then this cord plugs into the dash cam, and this is what powers it. And then they also send you a little USB drive. There's already an SD card in the camera. You're just gonna have to format it. And then you have the little plastic trim piece to remove the plastic trim. Okay guys, so the one that I got actually does not come with the fuse taps for the all-time power, which you can easily order that extra and get that. And you can order it in the kit when you order this product. But mine will come on with the Bronco, which honestly is perfect for me, because at home, it's either in the garage or at work, it is in a gated fence. So not too worried about it being parked somewhere. Most of the time, the stuff you catch on dash cameras is when you're driving, when the vehicle's running. So that's what we got. Now I'm gonna flip the camera around and we're gonna start pulling some of this plastic off. And honestly, this is the part I dread the most. I hate pulling plastic off, but it's gotta be done. Ooh. All right guys, so we're gonna take this trim piece, we're gonna turn the mirror, kind of get it out of the way as much as we really can without breaking it. And you can see there's your harness you're gonna unplug and plug the aftermarket one into. And that's what this is for. So now that I'm up here, this and then this is one piece. So the aftermarket one's gonna be two separate pieces. So you're gonna have this plus the dash camera, and they're gonna snap together. As of right now, they are one piece. So let's see how hard this is to disconnect. Oh man, this is on there pretty snug, I'm not gonna lie. Whew. Okay, doesn't look like I broke any clips, which is a plus. When you do this, just know that is gonna be pretty snug. Just take your time. I could have probably just went up there and really ripped everything out, but don't want to break anything, obviously. But anyways, yeah, we've got that pulled off. Wasn't too bad. It's just on there super tight. Always keep your factory stuff, just in case, you know, you get a new car or maybe you upgrade to a new Bronco or something. You can take your dash camera off, put the OEM stuff back on. And by the way, this stuff does have an app, so you can download your footage off the SD card or straight to your phone from the app, and we'll show that at the end. SD card is in there. What we are going to do now is we are going to unplug It's not too bad if you get the right angle on it. Okay, and then you're gonna take the one that comes with the dash camera, you're gonna plug the OEM side into it. Make sure everything clicks and you're good to go and it's locked into place. We're good. And then you're gonna plug this back into your mirror. Now you're gonna have a little bit of extra wire up here. No big deal, we'll figure out what to do with that next. Okay, so that piece snapped into place. We're really gonna have to figure out where the rear view mirror dash portion is gonna come out of. I think I'm gonna have to take some of this plastic off to really hide this cord, because there's no cutout to hide this cord along here. I can pretty much move it up into there, so I might have to try to take some of this plastic off. All right, so I found an alternative so I don't have to take the whole top trim off. So let me make sure this is tight. I fed the rear view camera wire down in here with the washer fluid hose and this harness. All I had to do was pop out this panel right here, pop this one out just enough to where I could get my hand in and feed it. But if you pop this out, your hand fits back here to grab the wire from back here and pull it through. So you'll pull all that through, leaving just a little bit, because you're gonna wire it up through here. We'll take this off at the end and get it all wired up, and then you'll take this off and you'll feed it out of this and then stick it to your glass. But anyways, we pulled that out a little bit so that I could pull it out and slide my wire through. I'll show you guys where that's at, and I'm gonna link down below a kit that I bought. It's like 10 bucks, but it comes with a bunch of extra clips because I broke a clip. Luckily that kit comes with the ones that you need to fit in there. But yeah, I'll link that below, so if you guys end up breaking a plastic clip, no worries, $10, you have it replaced. But anyways, like I said, you can just pull this out a little bit to where you can slide it into this little channel, and then I'm gonna feed it along through here, and then I'm gonna see if I can just slide it through without having to pull this all the way out, because I can't seem to get this portion out. But once we figure out how to get it through there, maybe I figure out how to pull that out. I don't know, it's stuck on something. I don't want to break any more clips. But once we get it through here, we'll run it through this channel, we'll run it up through here, and then I probably will have to end up taking this off at least, so that I can run the wire up through there into the rear view mirror. But that's the plan. I'm gonna get to it, and then I'll check back in and show you guys once I get it all wired up there. All right, so we've got the back portion done. This was actually just caught on my floor liner here. I just had to pull it back. But now we've got this all snapped back in. We've got the back portion snapped in. We have everything back there. The wire's hidden, the camera ready to mount up to the glass. We've got the wire ran through here, ran up to this portion. And then it looks like we're gonna have to take this off, which is going to involve removing this panel right here, which shouldn't be hard. It should just be these two bolts right here. You pull those out, pull this off, should be able to pull this plastic off, and maybe I can get away with just running the wire, and my hand should be small enough to pull that through. And then if I can get it up to this point, we'll see what else we have to take off. I might be able to maybe take the roof off right here and see if I can see some way without removing this, because if I remove this, if I want to remove this whole portion right here all the way to there is gonna have to come off, and it's gonna expose all this. It's a mess. You gotta pop this out, and it's a whole ordeal, and you gotta pull these caps off and pull this off. So we're gonna take the roof off and see if I can just see how to wire it without removing all this. All right guys, so I ended up having to do the undo the airbag, pull this plastic off, and you have to undo the airbag so you can pull this section of plastic off, and that allowed this portion to be free so I could pop it down just enough to run the wires, and I was able to run the front camera cable into the little harness portion right here, loop it around, and right here. But we've got the front camera on. Now I'm just zip tying everything so it's tight and not rattling around. Then we're gonna throw the plastic back on. But remember, once you do this, if you're gonna do this and you're gonna take the airbag down, make sure you undo the battery just so you don't take the chance of this thing exploding on you. But anyways, I'm gonna get this plastic back on, We've got the stuff zip tied in here. I put all the excess wire right here and zip tied it. So if I need more, this portion's easy to pop off. I can undo the zip ties, give myself extra wire either way, either towards the front or to the back. But I should have the wire where I need it. And so this is zip tied there. We just got to put this cover back on, but I'm gonna put all this plastic back on. And you also have to take this handle off so that you can get the plastic off. So luckily I didn't have to undo that side. It probably would have been easier, but I really just was able to pop this side, hold it down, feed the wire, and it looks loose now, but everything should go back to tight once we have all the other plastic pieces back on. That's kind of how this stuff works, because we do have a bolt that's missing right here, which is going to hold everything into place. Everything should be clipped. This side's still tight. So this is a T20 screw, by the way. This is going to be the little hook that you'll take off. So that's a T20, and this one is going to be, wherever it is, this is going to be a 7mm, and that's going to be the little cap right here for your visor. And you have a little plug, so you can unplug that. Make sure you plug it back in before you put it in. And then, yeah, we're gonna get everything bolted back up and good to go. All right, guys, so we've got the camera hooked up. We've got all the plastic trim back on. We've got the plastic trim back here back. And then if we come around here, we've got the camera cord running up through here. We've got these unbolted. Everything bolted back up. We've got the camera right here, and we have it mounted right there, plenty of room. You can close this. You don't have to worry about it pinching or anything. And if you want to take the hard top off, all you have to do is unplug it right here, and you're good to go. And as I was saying earlier, it does come with an app, super straightforward app. Really, I don't feel like I need to show you guys the app because it's only a few settings. You connect to the Wi-Fi of the camera, so you do that through your Wi-Fi settings, your normal phone settings. You connect to the Wi-Fi, and then you go back into the Fitcamx app, and that's where you'll actually see the camera. You can see the views there. You can adjust your cameras as needed. The rear view camera does tilt, so you can tilt it down, tilt it up, however you need it. And you can download footage straight from the camera to your phone from there through the Wi-Fi, or you can take the SD card out and download it straight to your laptop or computer or whatever. Some of the settings in there, you can change the quality resolution. So right now I have mine set to 4K. I don't think the rear camera is 4K, but the front one is 4K. And then I do have the sound turned on. You can turn the sound off if you don't want to record the sound. You can set the date. Just simple things like that, nothing too crazy. And you can switch between the cameras, so you can have the display of the cameras. Either you can have the big front camera and then a small little rear camera in the front, in the corner, or you can have the big rear camera in the front corner, the front camera in the small corner, or you can have it to where it's just the front camera or just the front rear view camera on your phone. And then if you go into the actual SD card, it separates those cameras. So when you download them, you'll have a full view of the rear camera and a full view of the front camera. So it separates them, which is super nice. And it does have a timestamp on there that you can add if you want to. I personally have even used the one in the truck for trail footage because it's 4K and it's good quality. So we're gonna go drive around. I'll get some footage. I have to go drop a package off at the post office, and I'll download that footage so you guys can see the quality of these cameras. Make sure you do take the protective lens off. I forgot to on there, and it's kind of hard to get my hand in there. But anyways, we've got that installed. Super excited about it. It was a pain in the butt. Little tip though, so you can wire stuff up. If you're doing this in your Bronco, you can wire stuff up by just taking this half off and pulling that down like I showed. The problem was when I did that, I loosened the other side a little bit. So when I put everything back together, my auxiliary switches were still loose, so they're like bouncing. So I ended up having to take everything back off and take that side off so I could pull the auxiliary switches down and re-snap them into place. So we are all good now, but you probably would save yourself a headache if you just take the whole front plastic off instead of just trying to do half of it like I did. Almost got away with it, but like I said, that passenger side came unclipped, so I had to take it all off anyways. But it was super simple. If I did this all over again, now I know exactly what to do. It would probably take me start to finish. Now that I know what to do, if somebody brought me their Bronco and wanted this, it would probably take me 30 minutes to an hour to do this. So not too bad. Anyways, make sure you guys like and subscribe and stick to the end for the footage to see what the quality is. And I will see you guys in the next video.